everyone. We are here with our all-girl Cheyenne and Duke's mini Goldendoodle babies. Yes. Everybody say hi. We are 4 weeks old. And we're all getting more active and playful and vocal. And this is Purple Girl. Yeah, you have a lot to say, don't you? Yeah. And here's Light Pink Girl. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Here's our dark purple girl. We have purple and lavender. So over here, I'm sorry, it's lavender. I don't know if did I call her purple? I'm sorry. This is lavender. And then here on my left is dark purple girl. And then here we have dark pink. Say hi. She sees Jessa. And then here is our lime green girl. And then, of course, light pink. So light pink, dark pink, lavender, dark purple, and then our greenie. Come over here. Yes, it's you. I'm trying to back up here so you guys can see him. Yeah? Do we have a lot to say? Do you see Jessa? Jessa typically doesn't like to be on camera, guys, so we're going to leave her off camera. I'm so happy to announce and blessed that Jessica comes out here every day, twice a day, and she is working with all of the puppies. She's doing their social, there's only 5 of these little girls, so she's working on their socializing, laying them on their backs. I don't know if I can do this one hand. Look, he's got, she. I say he because we usually do green with boys, and we ran out of girl collar colors. All right, lime green girl has a little bit of gruel left on the nose. Got something on the nose. So she holds them on their backs. She massages their paws, touches their nose. Yeah, massages their ears. And, I mean, they get the love of Jessa. Jessa is our animal whisperer, not just puppy whisperer. Any animal. Cat. Yeah, horse. Baby chickie. Yeah, so 4 weeks old. Some things that are happening here. They're spending more time doing this. Running around playing. They're eating their gruel. This one's licking me. I had grapefruit for breakfast, so I don't think you're into that. Must be something else. Maybe you're just being loving. Are you just being loving? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that little bit of white tipping there. So they're doing a little more playing. They're eating their gruel. This is also the week that they'll have their next deworming preventative so that we keep them healthy. And then next week is their temperament testing. Now those results aren't going to be emailed out until 6 weeks old, but we'll do them at 5 weeks. That gives me time to go ahead and analyze everything. I think I've told y'all in the past, we definitely, I got you. We definitely don't just, we only use, like, honestly, 2 bullhard testing. Bullhard was something discovered by the bullhards a long time ago. And that's not necessarily for every breed. It's not a telltale for every breed. And certainly not dogs that have hands on them from the very beginning. So I find a few of their tests that are helpful. Otherwise, I really honestly think they're insignificant and inaccurate. So we do a few of them. And that's why I send you the bullhard testing score sheets, just so that you can see what they scored based on the 2 or 3 tests that we did. A lot of people really put a lot into those scores, and you know, it's given me a pause in even wanting to do temperament testing. And my husband said, no, you really need to do that. But I may end up just abandoning the whole bullhard thing, because people look at those scores and they don't understand that that is literally based on just a few tests. What you need to pay attention to is what I tell you about each puppy. What every member of our family that has been having hands on them, especially Jessica, how she describes them. That's what you want to know. Jessica's been doing this since she was under 2 years old. Jessica doesn't sleep at all, and she is up early, and so she lets us. Are you trying to find a poopy place? Oh, okay, sorry. We'll leave you alone. Come here. I'll hold you. Having them have their hands on them all the time, I invest a lot in them telling me what they think of the puppies, giving me specific details. Jessica, since she was just under 2 years old, would get up in the morning with me and help me in the puppy room. As I would clean, she would mess with the puppies. And boy, she got really good at it. She doesn't have any fear of it, and she'll let me know right away. That little guy needs a little work, or that one there is going to be excellent for this, that, and the other. She also knows how to take a puppy who's a little shy and turn it into something else. So I tell people good breeding, good genetics is important. I got you. Good genetics is important. Good breeding is all important. There, I need to put the camera down. Temperament testing is important. Constantly being with the puppies, constantly messing with them, constantly holding them, loving them, letting them know, human touch, and correcting bad behavior, and then rewarding good behavior. That is all incredibly important. And that's what breeders do, or at least most breeders, I would hope. But what makes the dog is the owner, guys. This is why we send you home with more tips and tricks and training. If you can afford professional training, that is the way to go. Now, I'm going to start compiling a list of the trainers that we know to be not recommended by Lamgo Farms Goldendoodles. There are quite a few in the Houston and Austin area that, frankly, I believe have ruined. We have 2 dogs in particular that went to trainers. One of them is somebody who actually is known in the training world as, holy crap, what have you done? The other is an actual big group. It's a big thing where a lot of trainers work, and I was solely upset with what they did with one of our correcting and being firm with the dog is good, but injuring a dog, especially a smart Goldendoodle, to the point of injury, that is criminal. And I absolutely am letting everybody know, don't go there. I know they seem neat. This happened to be a woman who did this to this dog. We have her back, and we have been working with her, and she is doing awesome. But from the moment I saw her cowering in fear, I was just furious. I was absolutely livid. So, training. Take these puppies that we love and put so much time and effort into, and that God created. Give them what they need. Give them their training. If you can't do that, please find another dog, find another breeder. Let me know right now, hey, I do not intend on doing any kind of training. You don't have to afford a professional trainer. We have many people that go ahead and do the research, follow our instructions, and seriously, you cannot. This is not a buffet. You don't take a little bit of advice here, a little bit of advice there. This is, you follow these steps, and everything will go great. But if you take a dog that's struggling with potty training and start beating the crap out of it, first of all, I mean, that I really don't get those kind of people. I don't get those kind of people, but we have been getting 2 trainers that we know of now in the Houston and Austin area. And I hope I don't mean to sound too furious, but holy cow, I love these babies. I do. I know there's a lot of them, but we love these babies, and we know that our owners love these babies. And to do that to a dog is just, this is God's creation. You need to know how to train these dogs. They're smart, and they're loving, and they just want to please you. And if they're doing something wrong, you have to learn how to speak dog. They're not humans. They're dogs. And if you learn how to speak dog, you learn how to correct dog, you learn how to imprint it on their brain, which is sometimes you have to startle a dog to make an impression and say, no, you're not doing that. Sometimes you have to make things uncomfortable, but you never, ever are mean to a dog. So the owner makes the dog, and when you see these dogs of ours out. A lot of people come to us because they have seen one of our doodles out and about, and they're just so impressed. That's just a little bit of my doing. That's a lot of God doing. And then that's the owner. You need to give that owner credit. They have taken on the responsibility of doing that training. We have one dog. I gave Greenie to Jessa because I apparently upset her. And Jessica, did you see that? Jessica knows how to calm anybody down. Are you climbing on me? But anyway, I always go into some kind of tangent every video, so you guys can mute if you need to. That might help you. But I just need our owners to know. We give you recommendations for a reason. We've been doing this for a while. And, you know, they just want to please you. They just want to be loved. And take those steps to train. If, you know, follow our potty training steps. It is, you know, they're toddlers. It is a 4-week process of consistency to have your doghouse trained. You have to be consistent. If you do not work in the home or you're not home during the day, we can work with you on that. It's going to take longer than 4 weeks, but we can work with you on the consistency and how to make sure that they are doing their potty training right. There's Greenie Girl. Hey, Greenie Girl. Greenie Girl. So to this week, I'm just focusing on training. This is a time where you start interviewing. I can give you a list of recommendations for those of you who are far away. I know our trainer has people that she does recommend. She understands not everybody can train where she is, and you know, even out-of-state people. Although we do have a lot of out-of-state people that train here, and then the puppies go home to them afterwards. But you know, I can also let you know where some of our service and therapy dogs have had great success. So as recommendations by our owners. And if you are an owner watching this already, a past owner, let us know. Let us know what was a success for you, what didn't work out. Giving us that feedback helps us, and it helps other puppy owners. We want you guys to have success. We have families that have come back for more puppies. We have had veterinarians. We've had, I've had a lot of veterinarians that even come here. So I'm excited that people trust us, and we're trying to continue to earn that trust. We're trying to maintain our standards. Starting out like this, but also I would do you a disservice if I just sent you home with a puppy with a Ziploc bag of food and some papers. That's just not helping you out. We got to give you, I wish that the hospitals would do this when you go home with a baby, but you know, give you just a little bit of some reading material, give you some heads up. This is, you know, and I tell people that I struggle with my email and my text messaging, because I still have people who have dogs that are 9 years old that are texting me, hey, I have a question about this, that, and the other. And we are happy to continue to answer that. We're happy to have relationships. Our owners become part of the family, and then we're friends. So now that I'm done with my tangent on training, I'm leaving a link below to the trainer that we use, that we recommend. They have a family. I go to their home with all the dogs that they're training. I've seen their other dogs that they're training, and I've seen the results of our dogs. And once again, once they go to that training, you need to follow the recommendations of the trainer. It's worth it. If you have the funds, if you have the means to do it, do it. Don't be a cheapskate about training. That is super important with this breed of dog. If a smart dog is not for you, then this is not your breed. These are intelligent little babies. All right, HiltonButler.com is the trainer that we recommend and use here at Lamgo Farms, and our puppies often go in groups there, and they happen to have a session. It starts a few days before our puppies go home, but I am almost positive Christine will be willing to accept them a few days late, especially if we have more than one going there. So I'll leave a link to that below. And then also, once again, I will go ahead in our email. I'm not going to put this out publicly, but privately, I will email our owners when I give you your puppy picking instructions, which that comes out at week 6. I will let you know exactly who we do not recommend, and then I'll ask our past owners to please leave some recommendations on our Facebook page. I'll go ahead and start a conversation about it, and you guys can leave us some of your input. Let us know what you've had, good, bad, whatever. We don't want to trash anyone. That's not our point here. I just want to make sure that I'm giving good advice to our puppy owners. So before we go, let's take a look at each of our babies here. All right, I'm going to start with dark pink. She is probably, I would say, she's still a cotton. She's still a wavy, but she has a little more curl in the face there. But she is actually a red. She's a red baby bop. Look at you. Yes. Then we have our lime green girl, who is what we would call an apricot with dark tipping. So the ears and some of that in the face is going to stay dark, but she's going to cream up. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Whoop, whoop, there's a potty spot. Yes, oh, she's like, whoa, stay away from the potty spot. Yeah, so she is, and I would say they're all super chunky. Jessica says the chunkiest out of everybody's light pink. No? Lavender? Okay, sorry. Jessica's been weighing them, so she knows who's fat and who's... But they're all... I don't see anybody significantly larger than anyone else right now. I really don't. Okay, so right here is Lavender Girl. And you know what? Listen, sweetheart. Chunk is good. Chunk is good. Okay, so she is what we call a peanut butter color. Yeah. Yeah. All right, pink. I've already talked about you. Let's go to light pink. Light pink is going to be a cream. And her ears are going to stay a little dark, but she's definitely a cream. And then another peanut butter color here is dark purple. So the purples are dark, are peanut butter. Yeah, oh, look at you. You're just like totally looking at me. Is that why you're mad that you think I've got food? Everybody here has the same coat. It's all a soft, wavy cotton. This is a multi-generation though, so you're not going to have shedding. This is going to end up to be like that ragamuffin. If you've ever seen Mrs. Beasley's pictures or Sammy's pictures, that's a more of a ragamuffin wavy coat. So these are not straight coats. You can see as they're getting older, we're thickening up. It's getting longer, and you're going to see more and more of that curl. But they are not curly. I love this. This is like your ideal litter. You know, everybody's a general color scheme. They're all girls. They all have the exact same coat texture. And not just texture, but they're all going to be that wavy. So I just love that. It makes it really easy from first pick all the way to the last. You're getting the same look. You might... Who's behind me? Purple? Is it time to eat? No, they already ate. Why are we doing that? Huh? All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Parker's Pockets. That'll be our next, not a video, we're going to do some pictures. They don't get video until week 3, so we have another full week before they get video. But we'll see you guys next week, okay? Can we say goodbye to everybody? Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. We'll see you all next week.